Okay.
Okay?
Ready. We're ready.
Ready.
This meeting is being recorded.
Hi, we are Alpha Fit, and our presentation today is centered around mindful health. We'll be focusing on fitness and food for the mind, body, and soul. My name is Marie Harla, and I'm a registered dietitian, and I will be introducing Dominic Greeks later, our founder. So to begin with, sharing food with one another is sharing the gift of life with somebody. So an undergraduate professor once told me this, and it really stuck with me. So think of it as food at its most basic level nourishes the body and gives us life, but it's so much more than that. It's what brings us together. When we eat together, we have fellowship with one another, and food is enjoyable to eat. So there's so much more to the experience of eating than to just give us energy. So keep that in mind as we go through the presentation today. And it's not a one-size-fits-all. We're going to go through the learning objectives so that we can understand the benefits of how to properly fuel the body and the mind. What does it mean to build a balanced diet or a balanced plate? And so we'll walk through that too. Next, we'll touch on mindful eating and learning to recognize some of those hunger cues that we will feel. All right, so think about it when you put gas into the car. Your car has its own unique traits. It has its own fuel tank size, just like our bodies. We're all different. So the car lets us know when it's getting empty. We go to fill it up, and it lets us know when it's full. So very similar to our bodies, but sometimes we aren't in cue with what our bodies are telling us. We've lost those innate sense of being able to tell when we're hungry, when we're full. And since each person is different, we all require different fueling needs. So let's throw out that idea of diet culture, because diet culture is very much follow this for 30 days, you'll get these results X, Y, and Z. And it's an empty promise, but it's very deceiving. It seems desirable. But studies have shown that this yo-yo dieting of going from one diet to the next or coming off a diet can be pretty detrimental to your health. You're at risk for maybe hyperlipidemia, hypertension, diabetes, or osteoarthritis. So we're going to try to build a sustainable, healthy lifestyle for you without going on a diet. So some of the benefits for your mental overall well-being and how nutrition can play its role in that. So essentially micronutrients, those are your vitamins and minerals that you hear all about. They support the normal development of the neurons, so your brain cells, and your central nervous system. So in order to have those healthy thoughts, it really does start with nutrition and your essential fatty acids and amino acids. Those are coming from your fat and your protein sources in your diet. Those also are helping to build structures within our brain and the neurotransmitters. So all these messages being relayed inside your brain and through your body, once again, it all starts with nutrition. And it is one very important key to the overall puzzle of well-being. And for your physical benefits when you're eating healthy, first off, you're going to feel a difference in your energy. Once you're fueling your body properly, you have your energy to do your tasks of daily living and your leisure activities. And most importantly, it's going to help prevent or prolong the onset of chronic disease. So you're wanting to stay in a state of well-being for as long as possible. And eating healthy is a very important part of that so that you can prolong any sort of chronic disease. What does it mean to build a balanced diet? This is a term that's thrown around a lot. And it will be pretty unique because the body is constantly maintaining where it's at, it's repairing. You have living processes and growth going on all the time and you don't even realize it. So consider your age, what stage of development you're in. And these next things are very personal. Your taste preference, food habits, cultural practice, and family traditions. That looks different from me to you and every single person listening. So take that into account when you're picking out these foods that you like to eat. Just because somebody else likes it or they say it's a healthy food doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be a part of your balanced lifestyle. And when you're building that balanced meal, consider all the food groups and choose foods from as many groups as possible. Variety is key. So I'll go ahead and show you too what a balanced plate would look like to give you a visual for that. And this is just the basic My Plate, but I really think it helps you see what you can set your plate up to be. So about half of it is your fruits and vegetables. Once again, if you hear somebody talking about a superfood, you don't need to make that your entire meal and have it take up the entire plate. Maybe just give it a little corner and eat a little bit of that. You have your grain section. So half of your grains during the day can be whole grain, but that doesn't mean you still can't enjoy your white rice, white bread. And it's just a quarter that's protein. A lot of times people are coming and they're saying, oh, I eat so much protein throughout the day, and really it can be a little overwhelming. So just about a quarter of the plate. Vary it up between animal and protein sources. You're still going to get a lot of great benefits there. And finally, dairy. If dairy works for you, that's great to incorporate it. It is common for dairy sensitivities or intolerances, and that's all right. We can work with you to find other foods that will still give you those same nutrients. And next up, I'm going to introduce Dominique Riggs to go over our exercise recommendations, moving into that portion of the presentation.
Thank you, Marie. We all know diet and exercise go hand in hand, so let's jump into it. Did you know that for adults, it is recommended to receive 150 minutes of moderate aerobic exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous aerobic exercise? And for those who want to muscle and strength train, it is recommended to do roughly 2 days out of a week to receive additional health benefits of training. And for kids, let's not forget about our kids, 60 minutes a day of physical activity. So let them run, let them have fun. And for those who need to lower their blood pressure and LDLs, it is recommended to do 40 minutes each of moderate and vigorous aerobic exercise, between 3 to 4 times out of a week. Now, let's talk about the benefits of exercising. The benefits of exercises helps reduce, again, blood pressure, helps you quit smoking. It improves your mental state and well-being. It helps combat depression, anxiety, the feeling of overwhelmed. It gives you a sense of community. Exercise also improves cognitive learning as well. Let's talk about the benefits of exercise on the brain. The benefits of exercise on the brain, it helps decrease the chances of developing Alzheimer's and dementia, cancers. It gives the brain, produce cells productivity of the brain, increase blood flow. Now, let's talk about Alzheimer's. My grandmother has Alzheimer's, and her doctor recommends that she get up and dance. She has the beginner stage of Alzheimer's, so she's supposed to dance. She's supposed to be active because, like they all say, exercises keep us young at heart. My grandma is forever 16. That's what she tells me since the day I was born. I'm 16, and I would dare not ask her age, but even in the state of having beginner stages of Alzheimer's, she is forever young. Now let's talk about the transition of us getting from wanting to exercise to actually exercising, and how can we start about making goals. And let's talk about celebrating the small victories. So exactly, how can we do that? I would like to tell you, shape. Yes, shaping is nothing more than us using our SMART goal method to set goals that can be achieved in 1 week, 2 weeks, and 3 weeks in time frame. Reason why you want to do those goal setting in a 1, 2, and 3 week time frame, because it gives you a sense of accomplishments. It gives you a sense of, okay, this is going to be my driving factor, because everybody know in exercise you may hit a plateau. So what do you do, and what do you have to fall back on? When you hit that plateau, you have your shaping goals. And these goals does not have to be fitness related, does not have to be nutrition related. It could be a goal that you want to achieve, like cleaning out of a junk drawer, starting a to-do list. How about starting work starting your dream job or working towards your career. How about that? For me, shaping came when I was taking a community college course and I was in a depressive state. Yeah, I thought I had a bad breakup. Also, I thought, and I was very depressed. And what the instructor told me to do is set goals that I could achieve in 1, 2, and 3 weeks time frame. So my first goal was I booked a photo shoot. The second goal, I booked 2 or 3 more photo shoots, end up going to a modeling school, end up going to an audition, being told Charleston, South Carolina is not the place for fitness modeling at all, being told the scout didn't see anything in me. So what did I do? Well, I started my own company called Alpha Fit. Alpha Fit is also a clothing line of athletic apparel. So you see how starting one goal, shaping goal, transpired and trickled down to me actually having a company. So now that we have transitioned from wanting to exercise to goal setting, and we've touched the tab on SMART goal settings, then let's talk about what can we do to actually combat the depressive state of COVID. What can we do that we cannot go to the gyms, and if we can go to the gyms, it's not functioning at its full capacity. What can we do and where can we exercise? Like for me, I have kids. I don't really want to take my kids to the gym because, COVID. So what can I do at home? Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, let's talk about the chair. We have chairs at the house. Let's talk about the everyday items we have. I mean, we could talk about our bands, or we could do a TRX, or we could do a slam ball, agility ladder, or what we can do, as I stated, a chair, our body weight, rice. Yes, I said rice. And tape. Yes, I did say tape. So let's start with the chair. I like to do this, it's called a sit to stand. And basically what we're doing is we're going to do a full body exercise. A full body exercise. So the only thing we're going to be doing is just literally practicing. We're sitting. Now we're standing. We're sitting. Now we're standing. This is nothing more than a squat. A squat is a full body exercise. So what else can we do with the chair? I mean, after all, it's more than just having one purpose. It has duality. So let's do some tricep tips. Tricep dips. So can you tell me what's on your TV right now? Are you cooking? Are you cooking? What's going on in the scenery? I don't know how much I just did. Maybe this is 5 or 6. I wasn't really counting, but you get the picture. You could do this and you could watch TV. Well, let's go ahead and show it from a different angle. Again, this is a chair. It's more than for just sitting. So let's do it again. Tricep dips. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5. We did 5. Okay. So we did a full body routine. We worked our triceps. And now, how about let's do a stretch. So, a stretch. Stretching our triceps. Stretch. How about let's stretch our legs? Stretch our legs. Stretch our legs. Now, I did say rice. And rice, so let me go ahead and just get the rice in. It could be very heavy. This is 5 pounds. It could be ranged from 5, 10, 1 pound. Rice is a great resistance training. So what you can do, bicep curls, right? You could also arm raises, right? It's just a bag of rice. But I see more than just a bag of rice. Do overhead press. Overhead press. See, rice is to be eating, but rice is also for exercising. And then let's put this down. A golf ball. What can you do with the golf ball? Or a lacrosse ball? What can you do? Even a frozen water bottle. What can you do? Well, let's do some myofascial release. What is that? I'm just gonna be honest. It's nothing but a fancy way of saying massage therapy. If you suffer from carpal tunnel, if you suffer from plantar fasciitis, you can use a golf ball. So you could just, I'm be focusing on this L part right here, and I'm just going to be rolling the ball. It feels good, but you also got to be careful though, because it really gets those knots. It really get into the pressure points. It really feels good. So these are just some of the everyday items that you can do. But what I really want to focus on right now is to help you understand that you can also be in this world of COVID, but also have the ability to be in the present moment of what you're doing and not let the cares of life stress you. So with that being said, how about let's do some mindful exercise practicing routines? And that's nothing more of taking a deep breath in, taking a deep breath out, taking a deep breath in, taking a deep breath out. And so what that does, that just brings more oxygen to your body. What also that helps you with focusing. Also, I like to also do a simple thing called meditation. Yeah, I know everybody says meditation, but let's talk about something different. Have you ever tried just brushing your teeth with the opposite hand? Yeah, the opposite hand. What that will help you do, it will help you become, it'll help you become more aware of your surroundings. It'll help you become more aware of your senses. So when we do our everyday routine, we kind of brush our teeth fast, go to our standard destination, eat breakfast fast, without even really taking time into really focus on everything. So when you brush your teeth with the opposite hand, you can feel every tooth being brushed. You could sense, oh, maybe I do need that new toothbrush. You could be more alert of what's going on. So with that being said, just taking consideration of trying to just practice these little tips and advice that we said from our nutrition point of view, from not every plate is meant for you. Not every diet is meant for you. From our advice in using your everyday items as a exercise tool. From just mindful exercising. If you want to find more about what Alpha Fit and what all our nutritional advice and exercise advice, come join us in our webinar. We would like to thank Dr. Shannon for having us to speak at this presentation. And thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Okay. Was that 20 minutes?
The recording has stopped.
Okay.
All right, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys so much for that. As soon as it's all wrapped up, I think I told you the text message, I'll let you know exactly what time of that evening that it will air, so you know. If you're free that night, welcome to come into the Facebook live chat and answer any questions. So I know that time the after party is 9 p.m. on Central Standard Time, probably for about an hour. So whoever is available that evening. But I'll give you those details as I get closer to back into all of the production. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, ladies. Y'all have a great evening.
You too.
Too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Woo. That's a wrap.
So guys, now that it's over, what do you think?
Question. I think we can use that as an intro. If we could edit like just the parts where she came in at
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and just cut that, we can use this as an outro, and then you could focus on like your
Yeah, I have more slides to go in. Like, mine.
Hey everyone. It's Dominique, better known as Elizabeth Moselle here. I'm coming to you today to talk to you about the 5 businesses to invest in with your stimulus. Reason why I'm creating this video is to bring awareness about what is to come. So with all this money printing, with all the government giving us stimulus, and then the child tax credit for a year, and different loans and grants through the government for entrepreneurs, business owners, what is to come? Understanding that when we received the first 2 stimulus, the offset was inflation. Right now, you may have noticed your gas prices has increased due to inflation. So just keep that in mind and understand the more money they give us, the higher the cost of living, because that money also have to get repaid back. Um, so with the money they're giving us, why not be proactive and start a business, a side hustle, something to help bring in income? When the economy start seeing higher inflation, why not have something in place to offset it where you don't have to get 2 or 3 jobs? There's the saying that not everyone is called to entrepreneurship. We're going to dive into that as we go further on in this YouTube. So the quote that I would like to keep focused is 2 quotes. You give a man a fish, he'll eat for a night. You teach a man to fish, he will eat for a lifetime. Learn a craft or trade, and you will never go hungry. Understanding is, in other words, when hard time comes, you have something to fall back on to provide that income. So that's what these 2 quotes, and that's the premise of this video. When hard times come, have something in place, because we're about to see inflation. The value of the dollar is about to decrease. So my suggestions is to get into Forex, stocks, binary. I really recommend Forex. Well, I recommend all 3, but I myself am kind of biased to Forex because I have taken a course. I love the course. I have a great mentor. So with Forex, you're pretty much understanding the currency of different countries and pairing it against each other to see at what point in time which one has the stronger currency. Stocks, you could do pretty much long-term stocks where you keep it like Coca-Cola, or you could do like day trading for stocks, buying and selling. Binary, I'm not familiar with that to really speak on it, but I have had a few coaches approach me and wanted to teach me binary. But yeah, those are the top 3: trading and investing, understanding that the dollar is no longer as strong as it used to be, especially now when we're about to receive all these checks. Vending machines, vending machines, vending machines, vending machines, vending machines, vending machines. So vending machines is a low startup, and it's different types of vending machine niches. Understanding, I have Pepsi and Coke. This is pretty much what you can see all day, every day. Then you have your snack machines. So if they give you $1,400. The government give you $1,400, and say, for example, if you don't have any kids and you receive $1,400, you could purchase a $500 vending machine. Now, here's some facts you want to write down. Here's some information you need to write down before you get into the vending machine business. One, before you purchase a vending machine, have a location. Have a location. That is number one. Because you don't want to be sitting on inventory and having to find a location just to find out your inventory isn't what's in demand. So say, for example, I was researching this, a YouTuber posted how he had a snack machine, but his vending machine was in place on a ranch and they was always in the hot sun. So instead of a snack machine, he should have had a drink machine. So it's always good to have a location first. Secondly, before you go and purchase your items for a snack machine or a cold drink machine or any type of vending machine that sells edible or drinkable product, ask them what would they want in their vending machine. Why do you want to do this? Because you want to first make sure you're not just stocking the vending machine and it's not making no sales. You want to appease to your customers, understanding the more they purchase, the more money you make. You have money for inventory, and then you have money for profit. This is not a passive way of making an income. There's work to be involved. Understand you have to shop for inventory. You have to wipe down the machines to make sure it looks presentable. And I should really do suggest that you do like a little questionnaire survey like every few months just to make sure that what's in your vending machine is of demand. So that's pretty much it. The important things to know: first, your location, have a location. Secondly, when you do have a location, ask them what would they want in their vending machine. Oh, also, the most important thing as well is your traffic. Understanding that if you put your vending machine in school, understanding a certain time of the year the schools are not in session. Understand if you put it in a tourist attraction, then on the off season, you're not really going to make as much profit. Also understand when the vending machines breaks down, then you're going to need to fix it, or at least have a handyman or snow of a company that works on vending machines. But this isn't a hard business to do. I'm not going to say it's not time consuming, but it's not as time consuming as you get in a second or third job when you could have something set in place to bring in that additional income. Understanding the different niches of vending machines. You could do a snack drink machine, you could do an ATM, you could do a candy machine, you could do a coffee machine, an ice machine. There's even franchises. You could buy a done for you. Understanding if you do the franchise and that's pretty much a done for you method, it's going to cost you more than to purchase a $500 vending machine and then pretty much figure it out on your own. But before you figure it out on your own, like everything I suggest, you get a coach, you get a mentor. It's okay to get a mentor that's outside of your state, but I prefer to get a mentor that's in state, just because they know your off season, just because they know high traffic volume, just because they know that location, and it's just not you getting information on how to run a vending machine. You're actually getting the knowledge of the city or the state or wherever your vending machine is located from a person that actually knows that particular location and demographics. But yeah, so that's that for the vending machine. Affiliate marketing. I really don't want to get into too much with affiliate marketing just because I have created a course. I actually have a webinar out. So if you want to hear more about affiliate marketing, email me at alphafitnesslife@gmail.com. Comment. I may put the link of the webinar in the description. But yes, I'm actually creating a course on affiliate marketing. So I'm not really going to dive too much into it, but I will tell you affiliate marketing. Then there's affiliate white labeling, affiliate private labeling. Now, when you hear private and white labeling, it's used intermittently. But affiliate marketing is a way to, first off, if you have a business and you're trying to become a reputable source, then affiliate marketing would give you a done for you method where you could sell products, sell courses, sells different books, anything in your industry to become known. It'll give you a chance to build your audience for a commission. So you're selling other people products for a commission, but understanding affiliate marketing allows you to niche your business with somebody else done for you method and create income. Now, when I say affiliate white labeling, understanding the difference between affiliate marketing and an affiliate marketing white labeling is when you do white labeling, you keep more of the profits because you're able to purchase that product and put your company name and put your company logo. And if it's a book, you can add your information to the book and sell it as your own. So this is a way for entrepreneurs to expand their production, their services, to gain a wider audience, to gain customers that's already purchasing similar services and similar products that they already sell or offer in their company. This is a passive way. So if you do all digital product, then you pretty much will create a sales funnel, which I go over in the webinar. And you create the sales funnel, and this is an example of a sales funnel, at least the outline of it. Not a good example, but it pretty much shows you in cartoon version of how pretty much it looks. But you create a sales funnel and then you have everything on automation. So say for example, if you're sleeping and someone clicks on your link and they purchase your ebook. Well, once they purchase your ebook, they will automatically receive a link to download your ebook. Understanding you're sleeping, so you're making money while you're sleeping, so you're making passive income. Once you do the work in creating the sales funnel or getting somebody to create the sales funnel for you, and once you pick out your product you want to sell or the service you want to sell, then you're pretty much able to make money in your sleep. Understanding you could run ads or you could market your affiliate marketing product or service organically. If you do it organically, then that just means you have to post it, the links yourself, and getting people to click on your product or affiliate marketing service yourself compared to you just running a Facebook ad or Google ad. But I'm not really going to get into much of that because, like I said, I actually have a webinar that is going to be released very soon because I have people asking me, what did I do to gain so much marketing material and to gain a motivational YouTube line of videos. What did I do? And I'm about to give y'all my secrets. And the secret is I did affiliate marketing, and then I looked into affiliate white labeling. And just to let you know that when it comes down to private labeling and white labeling, understand Nike is a private label production clothing line. So it gets its clothes from a third party, and it kind of makes little changes here and there, and it puts its name on the clothes, and we have Nike. Affiliate marketing programs, understand Reebok does it, Nike does it. Different hardware store does it, or you could go to companies like JV Zoom or ClickBank. But like I said, I'm giving a little too much information about this because, like I said, I have a webinar and it's actually a course. The course is from idea to action, champion mindsets, or I haven't quite came up with the name of the course yet, but I believe it's going to be the champion mindset from idea to action. I think that's it right there. But yeah, so that's the next thing to start is apps, developing apps. Now, I know you're going to say, wait, they only gave us $1,400 and I need my $1,400. I don't have time, nor do I have the money to hire these experts to design and to develop my apps. I understand. Yes, I understand. One thing about me and AlphaFit, my company, is that we was actually approached by a technology investor who wanted to develop our app. And then I came across this tech entrepreneur called Tara Reid. She teach you how to create apps without coding. She have a apps without coding boot camp that she's actually running. I understand they gave us a $1,400 check, but so far, if you catch it, they have payment plans. So to start, you could really just put a down payment for the app without coding bootcamp, and you could pretty much start creating apps. And what they would do is help you take your idea and white label it. Again, I'm big on white labeling, understanding white labeling is where the money is at. And whatever you do is about making money. Why am I putting emphasis on creating income? Understanding when we have all this printing of the money, like how we got all these stimulus checks and the child credit, understanding the value of a dollar is about to go down, understanding we're going to have higher inflation, understanding we're already experiencing higher inflation and gas prices. So this is what I'm saying. There's certain things you can do that you don't have to market it to the everyday people, but you have corporate America that can pay you to use your app, but put their logo on it. And I'm like, well, if they're paying me to use my app, I don't care if I get the credit or not. Just give me the goddamn check. That's how I feel. How do you like those? How do you like that idea? Okay, I thought so. It's all about the money. And it's not really all about the money. Let me not make myself seem greedy, but it's all about you being able to put yourself in a position to withstand inflation, to withstand getting that second or third job. It's all about putting yourself in a position, understanding that we're in COVID and we got the vaccine going, but we still want to be safe with our kids. And some people can't afford childcare, so why not have a couple extra dollars to have childcare or to be well off? Because you can get paid very well doing apps without coding, white labeling. Again, with me, I was able to catch the 5-day masterclass, and I kept on seeing the advertisement on Facebook, so I would rejoin. So now AlphaFit have a app, a app now that's fully functional. Well, it's not fully functional because it's a prototype app. There's certain things I didn't get a chance to do, and there are certain things I don't know how to do. But the app itself is very much working, and I was able to take the course I think 4 times, and after the first time taking the course, when it got to day 4 and day 5, I was actually listening and actually developing my app as she was going over it, because I'd taken the course so many times that I'm like, I'm gonna do it with you just to see how it works, and it actually worked. This is why I will be investing my part of that stimulus in this. So let's go on to the next one. If you're in Charleston, South Carolina, and you want to learn the sweetgrass baskets, understanding that these baskets run from 100 all the way up to $800. And I don't think it costs very much to get someone to teach you. And this is how I know. In Charleston, South Carolina, the Charleston Recreational Center teaches kids how to create the palmetto roses. And if they teach kids how to create the palmetto roses, then why not see if they can teach adults how to create the baskets? Now, understanding there are many companies that weave these baskets. So it's all about you finding the right company that's willing to teach you, and pay them their price. Understanding, again, you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a night. You teach a man a fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. You learn a trade or a craft, and you never go hungry. You have people paying $800 for these baskets. Okay? And I admire what the Charleston Recreation Center does by teaching kids how to make these palmetto roses. Now, when I was younger and I would see these kids, I never thought about it as it being a legit business. I never thought about it. But once they get taught how to make these baskets, then they could get a business permit and sell it on the streets. So you mean at age, I think 8, one of the guys was at age 8. Now this was some years ago. He was selling roses on the market of downtown Charleston, age 8. So you need to tell me he had a side hustle then? And most people look down because they're, I'll be honest, African American boys. If you don't teach boys and people in general how to have business etiquette, sometimes, especially at a younger age, when it's hot out, they get a little rowdy. But they still had a side hustle. And what I'm telling you is, when this economy starts feeling the inflation, get you a side hustle that did not cost you much to start. Especially if you have a $1,400 check, and if you get kids and then you qualify for the child tax credit, you know, one thing I do want to mention that I didn't mention when I was talking about the vending machine is if you purchase from your $1,400 check from the vending $500 vending machine, and then you finally get a location, and then when they start rolling out the $250 to $350 check per kid, now you have money for inventory. You take $100, $200 for inventory, and then you put your snacks in your vending machine or your drinks in your vending machine. But that's if you have a snack machine or cold drink machine. But let's talk about the sweet grass basket. It costs very little to start, and it costs very little to do. It just takes some time. It do take time. But if you could make one basket and sell that one basket for $800, then that time it took you to create that basket, then that's $800 in your pocket. Last time I checked, I'm not sure now. This was some years ago that they would actually get the grass from I think from a side, like I think it was off the side of the road. I'm not sure now. I haven't really been over in downtown or Mount Pleasant area, but what I am sure is it costs very little to start. Now this picture is not a picture of the sweetgrass basket, although this is a basket that is weaving. All my pictures is coming from Unsplash, therefore I cannot get sued for using royalty-free pictures. So unsplash.com. So then I want to be talking about types of savings, because when we talk about the child tax credit, that means the government give us money for having kids. But did you know that the government also gives money for having savings in place? Did you know that? The government gives money for having savings in place. So with me, if I were you, I would open a college fund. A college fund. I have a college fund. Now, since the pandemic hit, I haven't put any money in it. But guess what? When I file my taxes, guess what? I'ma file and I'ma get credit for having a savings, Roth IRA, 401k. I can tell you a story about my 401k. Only thing I'm gonna say is this: if you do take money out of your 401k or your college fund, make sure it follows the guidelines. If you don't follow the guidelines and if you don't repay it back, then you will get penalized after a while. And one thing about the 401k, that if you are a single mother and you tap into your 401k, and then there is a way to file for a hardship where you do not have to pay back the money, or excuse me, where you do not get penalized. Understanding if you take out money, especially with the 401k, to take care of your kids, that does not qualify as a hardship. How do I know? Because it happened to me. This is why I started putting money in different funds and expanding my portfolio, and saving and investing. So these are just some of the things you can do with your stimulus. Again, I know some people feel like, well, not everybody's called to be an entrepreneur. I beg to differ, and this is why. If you make a post right now on Facebook, if you make a video on TikTok, they pay you. They pay you. So you mean to tell me that if someone is paying you to do what you're already doing, that's not a business? Sweetie, no, that is a business. You just didn't have it legalized and you didn't have it formed and organized. But once people start paying you for what you do, then you create an LLC, you do what you got to do to set it in stone. Okay? It's called being a social media influencer. Okay? Secondly, now I'm about to step on some toes right here. People sell Sunday dinners all day, every week. It's Sunday. Who got the fish fry? Who got the red rice? Who got the fried chicken plate? Right? And you collect $5 from you, $5 from you, $5 from you. If you're cooking and you're taking money, then that is a business. Again, you don't have it set up, but you're operating in a business. Okay? If people's coming to you and asking you for advice and you giving them factual information and you have expertise and knowledge in that industry and that whatever they're asking you, guess what? Label yourself as a specialist and charge people. Why? Because that is a business. You get paid for what you're already doing. You don't have to slave in a building. You can have a non-traditional type business. If you draw for a living and you got people like, yo, how much is a drawing? Or can you draw me this? Charge. That is your business. And I'm not telling you, just to charge, and talk about making money. No, but what I am saying is if you have a niche and you're already good at the gift that God has given you, then use it. Because the one thing you don't want to do is to get a second and third job when you already have or could have an income coming in. That's it. That's it. So we're not trying to tell you how to spend your money. No. But what I am saying is think about this. If inflation increases and they give you money and then the price of milk increases, the price of gas increases, we're getting taxed after wazoo, don't you think that's technically canceling everything out? You're canceling whatever they just gave you, cancel itself out due to inflation. So technically you're right back where you started, struggling for some people, making ends meet or barely making ends meet. And if you're already good at something, if you're already doing something, why not make it a way to bring you an income? Or why not take one of these advices and start one of these business? That's just a question I want to just put out there. Why not? Because we're already feeling inflation. But this is Dominique, better known as Elizabeth Moselle. Thank you and have a good day. Thank you all for coming today. My name is Elizabeth Moselle. Today's workshop is called Battlefield of Your Mind. My main question today is, what do you do to find peace? How do you survive chaos? Do you know how to? My first question is, what do you find important? What is it? Is it a car? Is it a house? Is it a lavish lifestyle? What is it? Some may say cars, some may say homes, some may say, I love working, providing for my family. That is the most important thing. But what is important?
The battlefield of your mind is understanding yourself, self-awareness. The battlefield of your mind is focusing on what you are thinking about. What are you thinking about? And lastly, the battlefield of the mind is self-fulfillment. What do you do to have self-fulfillment? So again, my question is, what is important to you? And the answer should be peace. Peace is important. If you have no peace, then you may find yourself not liking who you are at your life. You may find yourself not understanding why, the wheres, the hows, the who's, I am such the black sheep of the family, I don't know what to do. So the self-awareness, focusing on what you're thinking about, and self-fulfillment are 3 steps we'll go over in this workshop. 3 steps. So how do you become self-aware? What do you do to have self-awareness? 1, understanding your likes and dislikes. Understanding what do you want in life. Understanding that your emotional feelings that you feel, that she feels, that he feels, matters. So if you find yourself just coming out of a bad relationship, breakup, just feeling self-defeat, I recommend you taking yourself out on a date. And I know sometimes we all hate being alone. We all hate being alone in a room. We all hate being alone during the nighttime. And the biggest thing is we hate going to the movies by ourselves. We hate eating dinner at a restaurant, eating lunch at a restaurant by ourselves. Because we got so used to being around people that we don't even know how to be around ourselves. We don't even know our likes and our dislikes. We do not know. So why don't you take yourself out? Is there anything wrong with taking yourself out? Is there anything wrong with taking yourself out? The answer is no. No, it is not wrong to have self-awareness. What is your favorite color? What do you like to smell? Do you like savory scents of cooking? Or do you like the sweet confectionery of the sugar crystals that they make in the bakery, that they put on top of a sugar cookie that is green and red during Christmas time? Do you like those? Or do you like the smell of pumpkin during the fall time? Huh? Or would you like the summer, nice and warm? Do you like that? Do you understand your emotions? Because finding peace and winning the battle of your mind is understanding you and your dislikes, your likes, your wants, your needs. And the next thing you have to understand while obtaining self-awareness is, what do you think about? What is it that you're thinking of? What is it you're thinking about? Some may be thinking about, I'm hungry. Some may be thinking about my next test because, hey, we got finals or school's just starting. I remember when I was at Trident Tech and they decided to cut a 14-week program to 7 weeks. I don't know how many of you all can relate, but when you study in chemistry, anatomy, the muscular skeletal system. What? Why? Why? What on God's green earth made the college committee change the curriculum? Let me tell you, I was stressing, I was thinking, I was like, Lord, I'm about to fail this class. Can you relate? Or how about you? Can you relate? Because it was crazy. And I was thankful that my teacher graded on a scale. How many of y'all know what a scale is? How many of y'all understand the importance of when the teacher loves their students and also understand that the students is trying their best and they grade on a scale? Some may say, hey, that's cheating the system. They didn't get the actual grade that they worked for. And others like me, a former student, was like, oh, thank you, Jesus, because my mind was going. I was already in a fast course curriculum of the personal trainers program at Trident Tech. I was already there. My mom was going. I was racing. I was taking care of my grandmother who had dementia at the time. I was racing. The battlefield of my mind. My grandma would wake up in the middle of the night yelling. My grandma would have dementia, so sometimes she'll forget who I was, my brothers, my mom, my dad. She'll forget family, and then she'll come back and remember us. Do you know how hard it was for me to really concentrate, knowing well I was listening to my grandma? Not physically. Not physically. My grandma's still alive, by the way, with that dementia. And she forgets from time to time, but she know who I am, and she know my kids now. But the battle of my mind at that time was, my God, they changed this 14-week program to a 7-week, and my grandma having dementia, and how do I cope with that? And it may be a relationship, some childhood trauma, like myself, some, hey, I just don't fit in. I feel like I don't belong. I feel like I'm over my head. I feel like life, pressures of life, is coming at me too strong. It's coming at me too strong. So what do? Focus on what you are thinking about. Focus on what you're thinking about. Focus. And how do you focus? Because there's a saying and a word called ruminating. What is ruminating? Ruminating is pretty much when you think about the same thing over and over and over and over again. Like a merry-go-round. Like the merry-go-round at the fair. Constant going around, never stopping, just going around in circles. What are you ruminating? Why? Don't let your thoughts control you. You find a way to control your thoughts. So one of the things I had to do when I became a mom, and I had to become a single mom of two, lost my job after 5.5 years. Mind you, I had 2 degrees. I had a job that was nationally and internationally, so I couldn't travel with my job, and I lost it. And my therapist said, oh, you're ruminating. Focus on what you're thinking about. And I said, well, how do I do that? My mind is telling me what to think. How do I control what I think? Well, if you want to know, raise your hand. Oh, you want to know? You want to know. The answer is when you find yourself thinking on negative thoughts.
then redirect yourself. Redirect it. Plenty of times I had to tell myself, no, I'm not going to think about my current situation all the time. No. Nope, let's refocus. And then I start thinking about a time where I was happy and or I made new memories. Create new memories. Again, this goes back to the first step. Self-awareness, dating yourself, taking yourself out. Right? Create new memories. Because if you don't and you constantly ruminate, then rumination can cause depression, anxiety. Who over here ever struggled with anxiety? Raise your hand. Who ever struggled with depression? Raise your hand. Now, depression comes in all sorts of shapes and sizes. And it's not just feeling sad and overeating and dealing with alcoholism and drugs addiction. Depression is also feeling of never enough. That's depression. So the last thing is self-fulfillment. Self-fulfillment. So everything we did, from self-awareness, from thinking on what you're thinking about, lines up with self-fulfillment. And it's going to be shaping. Shaping is when you create 3 goals, give them a time, give it type. What type of goal are you going to do? How long is it going to take for you to achieve? And then give yourself a reward. A reward. Give yourself a reward. Why? Because self-fulfillment brings confidence. Rewards that all of what I accomplished. I can, I did, I will. This is how you win the battlefield of your mind. This is how you win. With me, when I was in college and I got out of a bad relationship, this was my health and community website. Oh, I said website. This is my health and community project. And my project was to do shaping goals, to improve my self-awareness, to improve my mental health, to improve my confidence. Because when chaos is going all around you, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know how you're going to survive. You just don't know. Throw your hands up and say, I just don't know. But I can, I will, I did. With your shaping goals. Mine was to start modeling, so I booked a photo shoot. And then I joined Millie Lewis Modeling School, got my contract. And then I said, I'm taking myself out to dinner. What goals are you going to achieve? What goals will you achieve? What goals are you setting for yourself right now? Start today. Start today. Be 1, become more self-aware. 2, focus on what you're thinking about. 3, self-fulfillment. How are you going to fulfill yourself and your needs? Thank you. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoy your day. Thank you for Trident Tech for hosting this event. Thank you. I am an alumni, so thank you.
Mom, we did.